When it comes to fighting games based on already established franchises, one of the best and sometimes worst parts is speculation. What characters will be added, won't be added, sometimes what characters will be cut. All of it can lead to both positive and negative reactions. All of this is true with Marvel Tokon, a new fighting game from Arc System Works. When the game was first revealed, we only knew of 8 characters: Dr. Doom, Storm, Starlord, Spider-Man, Miss Marvel, Ghost Rider, Captain America, and Iron Man. After this, we got our X-Men trailer, revealing Storm, Wolverine, Danger, and Magic, which revealed that 5 characters, including Spidey, Doom, Storm, Cap, and Ghost Rider, will have special teams based on comic concepts. This led to speculation, but this game was different. They decided not only to go with a sort of next-generation roster featuring characters like Magic, Miss Marvel, and Robbie Ray as Ghost Rider, but also less popular characters like Danger. Then we got the Spider-Man and Cap roster revealed. Then, depending on when this video releases, we will have reveals for Doom and Ghost Rider. So this got me thinking, what if the other 3 of the original 8 roster reveals had their own team? What teams will fit for Miss Marvel, Iron Man, and Starlord? Also, by giving these characters their own teams, who will fill the remaining spots in teams that lose a member, like Spider-Man and Cap? So now, instead of a 20-character roster, this alternate universe Tokon game will have 32-character roster. First, I would like to start with Miss Marvel, a character I have enjoyed reading in the comics and who sort of started the wave of next-generation characters in Marvel. So I want her team to reflect that. Now, I had 3 ideas on how her team will go. The first idea would be to reference the Avengers run she started. Another was going to be focused on characters that mainly focused on street crimes and local neighborhoods. But I thought a team based on the champions would make the most sense and better reflect her character as a voice and leader of the young generation. So for the first character and one of her closest friends, we will have Spider-Man. Now, I know what y'all might say, that his moveset may be too similar to Peter, but hear me out. With Miles' Venom Blast and invisibility, it could add to unique movesets. Plus, his ability to conjure a sword with his electricity could make him a mix of a brawler and a sword fighter. Plus, with Venom Blast for range and stun attack. For the second character in Ms. Marvel's team, I chose another of her close friends, Nova, whom I had considered for the Starlord team. After further consideration and other options, I decided on Nova. Now, for those who may not know, this Nova is Samuel Alexander, a recent character from 2011. And with Tokon having young characters, I think he will fit right in, with range blast and potential flight ability that we have seen in other games like Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Then for my final character, it will be Vision, who is Vision's daughter in the comics. Now, this will be a pick most similar to Danger, and that's a character most non-comic fans have heard of. But with Tokon's philosophy of having characters that have never been in a fighting game, this makes a lot of sense because neither Viv nor even Vision have been playable in a Marvel fighting game. She will have abilities similar to Vision in that she can phase, shoot blast, fly, plus super strength and speed. The next character to get their own team is Star-Lord, whose team is going to be of Guardians characters. Based on the trailers, it seems the cosmic side of Marvel will play a part in the Marvel Tokon story. So it's a bit of surprising at the time of me writing this script that Star-Lord is seemingly the only Guardians member and potentially the only cosmic Marvel character. So I will change that. The first member will be Mantis, who hasn't appeared in a fighting game before, so this will be her first appearance in one. Now, to be honest, I'm not as versed with the Guardian comics outside of MCU and the video game, and I recently started a 2008 run, so I'm excited to learn more. I do know she has precognition, plus plant manipulation, telepathy, and knows martial arts, so I feel as though a lot of interesting things can be done with that moveset. Now, the next character will actually be a 2-for-1, Groot and Rocket. My idea will be similar to Marvel Rivals. Rocket will be on top of Groot, while Groot will be the main fighter. Rocket will sometimes shoot guns and throw explosions off the soldier of Groot. So this character will be a tank who can get up close and fight from a distance, which sounds pretty deadly. Then for the final character, there's Drax, a superhuman character who is a skilled fighter with hand strength and durability. Drax will definitely be a tank who can take hits but also dish them out and use weapons to fight, like knives and potentially guns. For the final character to get a completely new team, it will be Iron Man, and his team will represent different members of different Avengers teams. The first member will represent the new Avengers, and one of the most well-known members that's not already in the game is Luke Cage, who will be a tank who can take hits and dish them out. He can use heavy attacks that can knock enemies back, but he will probably have a more unique moveset so he doesn't feel too similar to the Hulk. Now, for representative from the West Coast Avengers, we will have Moon Knight. Moon Knight would have all of his tools and gadgets, along with his batons, and I envision his fighting style to be more wild and chaotic. For the final member, how about Young Avengers? And for their representative, we will have America Chavez, a character who can create portals to other universes, which can definitely add to a pretty unique moveset. Maybe she can have a move that summons one of her teammates from a portal to attack, or even have her ultimate end with her taking the fight to another stage. That would be pretty cool. Next, we will need to find replacements for both Captain America and Spider-Man's team. First, for Captain America, I think a unique answer would be the Wasp. Wasp's ability to both grow and shrink will add a very unique type of fighting style that hasn't really been seen since the inclusion of the Atom in Injustice 2. The Wasp would also have her Wasp stingers that can blast and maybe stun opponents. I chose the Wasp since she is one of the original members of the Avengers team, so I think she would work well with Captain America. Now, for Spider-Man's team, I consider it a multiversal team since that's how Penny got here due to an experiment by Starlord. Still then, I thought, what if it was Spider-Man's allies? Their team was called Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and even though it would not be Iceman and Firestar in this game, instead it would be Black Cat and Venom, former adversaries turned anti-heroes who sometimes have lapses back into villainy, but overall has stayed heroes. Now, Venom isn't a stranger to fighting games, but it would be Black Cat's first appearance in one. She would obviously be an agile character that can strike with her claws and use her grappling hook, either as a whip or a way to swing across the screen. Venom could also swing, but also create weapons using his symbiote abilities, along with shooting tentacles to attack or grab enemies. He may even have a web-based attack similar to both Spider-Man characters. I thought of ending the video there, but I had a thought of adding guest characters to the main roster since this is an Arc System Works game and they are known for that. Granted, I don't know if Marvel would agree with it, but it is my video, so why not have fun with it? For my first guest character, it will be a DC Comics character. And I know what some of y'all are thinking is Batman or Superman. But no, my choice is actually Wonder Woman. My reasoning for this is simple. Of the big three of DC, she gets the least amount of representation, whether that's movies, TV shows, or even games. So have her come into the game as another brawler that fights with a lasso. Or even a crazier idea, since these guest characters come from the multiverse, have it be absolute Wonder Woman. So she can use her huge sword, plus magic to fight. After that, my next character is Invincible. It's already present since Invincible already crossed over with the Marvel Universe, similar to DC characters. And with the recent Invincible Versus coming out, there's a great way for cross-promotion. And with that game, we can already guess what his moveset will be. Just a lot more toned down, since this game won't be as violent. For the third character, probably a character from Guilty Gear, probably Soul Bad Guy. I'll be honest, I haven't played the game, so I don't know too much about him. But from gameplay I've seen, I believe he'll be a fun inclusion. Or maybe someone else if you have a suggestion in the comments. Leave it. I'm interested in what Guilty Gear fans would think. Now for the final inclusion, this would probably be the wildest choice and one that could get a lot of hype, but more than likely the least likely, since outside of our collaborations, there hasn't been anything connecting the two. My final guest character will be Deku from My Hero Academia. Whether it's Deku with One For All or Deku with his mechanical suit, having one of the most popular modern day superhero stories here would not only be cool, but also a treat since the author of My Hero Academia, Horikoshi, is a huge superhero fan. With Black Whip, Smokescreen, Fajin, Gear Shift, Float, Danger Sense, and One For All's natural strength and enhancements, Deku could have a huge variety of movesets. Or his mechanical suit, which from my understanding has variations and abilities based off the One For All abilities. Well, guys, that's the video. That was my first ever video, first time I ever edited, first time I ever made anyone or any type of video. So I hope you all liked it. I want to make more videos relating to comic books, maybe stuff about anime, video games, maybe even sports if y'all want that. There's a lot of things I want to put out, a lot of things I want to say, a lot of things I want to do. I apologize for this poor Rocket Raccoon gameplay I posted. I'm a console gamer and not really one of the best ones. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I wanted to get this out before Tuesday or this weekend because I'm assuming that some more Marvel Tokon news is going to drop. It comes out in August, so I can see either Doom or Ghost Rider's team being announced either, June and July, since the game comes out early August. I'll probably make videos about the games that are announced during this week of announcements. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check my shorts. I've made a short about that. So I forgot to mention, since I mainly have done comic recommendations for my shorts, I thought, let me do something for this video as well. So on the screen right now, I'm posting different comic recommendations for these characters that I've introduced into these teams. I'd say give them a read. I've read some of them. Very good, very entertaining. And if you are in any way interested in these characters, these are good ways to start. Anyway, my name's Jay. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment if you agree or disagree with my character picks, and enjoy. And I'll see you next time.